and this is actually on the budget.house.gov website, federal website, saying that Americans' incomes fall for the second year during the Biden administration due to President Biden's reckless spending and failed economic policies. Real median household income has declined for the third year in a row, as reported by the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, this is alarming to say the least for a lot of families. Families are feeling the pinch whenever they go in, Kroger, Walmart, Costco, you name it. But here's the real pincher, the real clincher. You got real median household incomes declining last year. Get this, guys, falling $76,333 to $74,580 in 2022 dollar terms. Well, guess what? I mean, like, inflation is pretty much as high as it's ever been. Granted, the CPI number has come down, but prices have not. And to put this into perspective, we just haven't seen this level of decline since the Great Recession of 2008. A lot of you guys are old enough to remember the Great Recession of 2008. You remember how bad that was. Now, this is happening at the worst time as rent prices are increasing and leases are expiring. Leases on your homes, leases on your automobiles, your vehicles. A lot of people have been really just taken advantage of over the last several years. Car dealers, I like to call them stealerships because that's pretty much what they tend to do to a lot of Americans. And have gotten a really bad rap over the years. In fact, it's pushed a lot of Americans to think about ditching their cars. Drivers are literally ditching their cars and they're going on Google and they're searching things like, give car back. Reason being is incomes are down. Soaring ownership costs are going up, right? And literally Google searches for give back car, they're literally reaching record highs right now. There's a reason for that. People are trying to get out. They're trying to get out before it's too late. A lot of people have car leases that are expiring and they're like, okay, should I buy the car now? And, and it's kind of like all you did was throw your money away for the last several years to drive a car that you kind of probably couldn't afford, because if you could, then you wouldn't be searching give your car back, right? Average car payment right now for new cars is $729 a month. And the average car payment for used cars is $528 per month. So most people are spending probably close to, $1,000 a month just in car payments and insurance. And it gets worse, guys. A new report from Redfin is actually suggesting that it's getting even more difficult for the average American to be able to afford a home. Now, if this resonates with you, definitely, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you think it's more expensive to afford a home today than it was, say, 4 years ago, whether you're renting, you're leasing a home, leasing an apartment, or, trying to buy a home, whether it's the price of homes, interest rates, let me know in the comments down below if it's cheaper or if it's more expensive today to buy a home. Just drop me a quick comment. I just want to kind of do a quick poll and see where you guys stand. By the way, if you guys appreciate the updates, drop a quick like for the video and please subscribe to the channel. I really, really would appreciate that. But again, this is as Americans' incomes have fallen for the second year during the Biden administration. We're hearing about all this change for the American people, but where is the change? Where is the change? And if you guys are able to see and hear me okay, please just comment that you're able to see and hear me okay. Since we are live, I really appreciate it. I got PP 420. Hello, I see you loud and clear. Big Dog Brown. Hello from South Carolina. We got Fearless. It's going to happen to housing with homes too. James Smith from the UK. UK in the house. Awesome. Let's see. So here's the thing, guys. Get this. A new report says Redfin suggesting that it's getting even more difficult for the average American to afford a home. Redfin report is suggesting that only 15.5% of homes for sale right now in 2023 were affordable. 15.5%. Not even half the homes for sale in 2023, according to Redfin, in 2023 were affordable. That's a little bit concerning. That's a little bit alarming. And this is why there's this massive housing affordability problem that we're dealing with here in the United States. Now, obviously, there are some states that are cheaper than others and more economically affordable to house your family compared to others. Obviously, some of the more expensive states being Florida, which used to be a bargain state, it's not a bargain state anymore. New York and California have typically, pretty much been the best examples of the worst or most expensive cities or states to live in the United States. But surprisingly, more and more states are losing the title of most affordable states because everything's becoming more expensive everywhere. When you look at property taxes going up, HOA fees going up, homeowners insurance going up. And the scary thing about the HOAs is how powerful that they are. Many of these HOAs can literally just be uncontested and you can't do anything legally about it. Even if your home was paid off, let's just say you had a paid off home and you live in a neighborhood that has an HOA. Depending upon the circumstances, an HOA could literally force you out of your home. And that's a little bit alarming, especially when you look at the number of neighborhood subdivisions in America being built that have HOAs. These HOA guidelines can be very, very invasive, telling you what you can and cannot do with your home. They can threaten you with fines and fees for, your grass being 1 inch too tall and things of that nature. You got to get permission to make changes on your house. Let's just say you want to make a minor change to your house. You literally, even if you paid your house off, you have to request permission to modify your home. And it could be, and chances are, if you want to modify your home, you want to make it nicer. You want to customize it to your to the way you want to see it, right? You got to get permission. It's like, they're treating you like children. Anyway, and it's even worse if you happen to live in a condo. If you live in a condo, you're probably seeing your condo association fees going up. HOAs are the worst. In fact, we were looking at a condo in Florida. Some of these condo associations, get this, guys. Some of you guys are not even going to believe what I'm about to tell you. Some of these condo association monthly dues are like $1,500 a month. Not your mortgage payment, not your homeowners homeowners insurance cost, not your utilities, electric, cable, and all that, just your HOA fee. So you could literally spend $18,000 a year in HOA fees at $1,500 a month. Unbelievable, some of these places, and they continue to go up. So anyway, then of course you got institutional investors controlling the market, controlling the housing market, the rental market. It's almost making it so that the average American will never own anything. Especially when you look at the carrying costs. A lot of homeowners nowadays, they're having just all sorts of buyer's remorse on whether it's the vehicle they purchased or the home that they purchased. It's getting bad out here. Institutional investors may control 40% of U.S. single-family rental homes by 2030. Guys, it's only 7 years away. It's a little concerning if you ask me. And this is according to MetLife Investment Management. This is why BlackRock or State Street or Vanguard may be your kid's landlord. Well, if BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard buy up all the properties and they're not willing to sell them, well, what do you think they're going to do with them? They're not going to let them just sit there vacant. They're going to rent them out and they're going to lease them out. And whoever can't afford to buy a home because everything's become so much more expensive all around them, they're going to be forced to rent. They're going to be forced to lease properties from investment bankers and management companies like BlackRock, like State Street, like Vanguard. And of course, mom and pop investors will be in the mix too. But this is why it's so important to make sure that your credit is strong and to position yourself and your family to essentially be able to make smart purchases that will save you a tremendous amount of money in the long run while building your net worth at the same time. And so this is absolutely prudent for Americans to prepare for now because it's not going to get any easier. And, as we're seeing, more and more Americans' incomes are falling for the second year during the Biden administration. Now, of course, there is a presidential election coming up in 2024. Things may change. We may get a new president. We may be stuck with President Joe Biden. Whether who you decide to vote for, that's entirely on you. But it's going to be very, very interesting in a matter of months at this point. Did you guys know that the average mortgage payment is now $2,823 per month on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage and $3,724 per month on a 15-year fixed rate mortgage? Now, this is if you have excellent credit. Like your credit score is like 740 and above. So if you have less than perfect credit, maybe some blemishes, late payments, defaults, possible bankruptcies, foreclosures on your credit report, oh, forget it. And so this is why it's so important to be able to know these tips and strategies and hacks to be able to boost your credit score. I remember, disputing some information on a credit score, and literally by doing that in like 60 days, my credit score increased by like 80 points. And I've done this actually for a number of other people, just kind of like, having my friends pull their credit scores, let me look over it, asking them questions about, what was on there, and literally just kind of making some, suggestions, showing them how to like what to put in a letter to send to the credit bureau to force them to have to take some of these negative bits of information off the credit report, and by doing so, boosting the credit score almost immediately. I mean, in 60 days, that's almost immediate. The fastest I've ever done it is maybe 45 days, but dispute whatever you can off that credit report that's harming you. Simple as that. I mean, just simple things like that can really go a long way. And think about it. If your credit score was like 650, right, when you apply for a mortgage, even though the mortgage rates right now for prime borrowers might be, say, 7.5%, if you come in there with a 650 credit score, don't be shocked if your mortgage rate is like 8.5, maybe 9%. So by boosting that credit score 80 points, that could easily drop that mortgage payment, that mortgage interest rate down, maybe even a whole point, maybe a point and a half. Really depends on the lender. And so this is why having a strong credit score is so very, very valuable and important in this day and age. So anyway, guys, if you guys appreciate the updates that I provide you guys, definitely drop a like for the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you already own a home, make sure to get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description down below this video. It literally takes about 10 seconds. And we got about 250 people in here. If you haven't already dropped a like for the video, please do so now. I totally appreciate you guys. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Y'all take care, be safe, and be prepared.